Hello students, today I am going to do another revision paper with you. That's Department of Education Western Province Year-End Evaluation 2019. So this is paper 1, you get 2 hours. So you already know there are 2 parts in first paper, part A and part B. Part A you get 25 short questions and part B you get 5 questions. So you have to answer all questions. And the spaces are given, so you can answer in the space given. And what about marks? 2 marks for each question in part A and 10 marks for each question in part B. And when it comes to the time, how many minutes you can spend for each question? Maximum 2 minutes and 24 seconds. So try to complete within 2 minutes and then last 10 minutes you can check your answers again. And for long questions you can spend 12 minutes. So let's do paper 1. So in part A you get 25 questions. In the first page you get 1 to 7. Page number 2, questions 8 to 13. Page number 3, questions 14 to 19. And then last page, questions 20 to 25. Then you get part B. Part B, first page, questions 1 and 2. Second page, 3 and 4. And the last page for part B and question number 5. So let's do paper 1. Let's take question number 1. 10 machines can produce 300 goods in 6 hours. How many hours will it take for 15 machines to produce same quantity of goods? So we have to find out how many machine hours are there. So machines and hours. So here 10 machines to produce 300 goods. It takes 6 hours. So how many machine hours you need? Machine hours 10 times 6, that's 60. So same quantity means you need same machine hours, but now it's 15 machines are there. So if this is 15, how many hours you need? So 60 divided by 15. So what's that? That's 4. So you need 4 hours for that. So 4 hours. So you get 2 marks for that. So 1 mark for the final answer, 1 mark for the method. Question number 2. Find the factors of 25 minus 4x squared. 2 terms. So we can create squared terms. 25 I can write 5 squared. Then 4 is 2 squared. So I can write 2x whole thing squared. 2x into 2x, 4x squared. So now we can see difference between 2 squared terms. A squared minus b squared. You can write a minus b and a plus b. So what are the factors? 5 plus 2x, 5 minus 2x. You can write plus 1 first or negative 1 first. So 2 factors, you get 2 marks for that. Question number 3. According to the information given in the figure, find the value of x. So angles in a triangle, the sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180. You can find x easily. 3x plus 75 is equal to 180. So take 75 to the other side. So you get 105. X becomes divide by 3, 35 degrees. So value of x is 35 degrees. So this is also 2 marks. Question number 4. A right circular cylinder with the radius of the base 7 cm can be filled completely using 770 cubic centimeters of water. Find the height of the cylinder. Volume of a cylinder with the radius r and the height h is pi r squared h. Take pi as 22/7. So if it's a cylinder with radius 7 centimeters and the height you need to find. We'll put h there. So the capacity is 770 cubic centimeters. So pi r squared h is 770. You need to find h. Pi 22/7, radius is 7, height, so this is 770. So what's h? Here first we can cross out 7. H becomes 770 divide by 22 and 7. So you get 110 here, divide by 11, 2 and 10. So 10 divided by 2, 5 centimeters is the height of the cylinder. So 2 marks for that. Question number 5. Find the least common multiple of the two algebraic expressions 2a squared and 4b. So 2a squared you can write 2 times a squared. 4 how can you write? 2 squared, 2 times 2. So 2 squared into b because b is there. Now when you want to find out the lowest common multiple, what you do? We take all distinct factors with the maximum power. When you take 2, maximum power is 2. A squared and b. So finally you get 2 squared is 4, a squared b is the lowest common multiple. So 2 marks for that. Question number 6. In the figure, ABC is an equilateral triangle and you are asked to find the magnitude of ABD, this angle. So this is an equilateral triangle. So what's the angle inside? Each angle is 60 degrees. 180 divided by 3. So if this is 60, what is this angle? That's 120 because that's a straight line. DBC is a straight line. So you can straight away write ABD angle is 180 minus 60 degrees. 120 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 7. In the given prism, area of the cross section ABC is 24 square centimeters. Find the volume of it. So how do you find out the volume? So cross sectional area into length. So volume is equal to A is the cross sectional area into length. It's given the cross sectional area is 24, length is 10 centimeters. So this is in cubic centimeters. 240 cubic centimeters. So 2 marks. Question number 8. A person borrowed 40,000 rupees at an annual simple interest of 5%. After how long will he has pay half the amount he borrowed as the interest. So the amount is 40,000. So what's the half the amount? Half the amount is 40,000 divided by 2, that's 20,000 rupees. So he needs to pay 20,000 rupees with annual simple interest 5% value. So what's the interest value? Interest is 5% of 40,000 rupees. 2 zeros get cancelled out. So that's 2,000 rupees. So how many years he needs to pay? 20,000 rupees. So number of years is equal to 20,000 rupees divided by 2,000. 10 years. So he needs 10 years to pay the half of them. So 2 marks for that. Question number 9. Diameter of the given figure is AB. That means the center is somewhere there. According to the given information, find the value of y. How we find out the value of y? This angle. Now this is the diameter, so this is a semicircle angle, 90 degrees. So semicircle angles are 90 degrees. So BCA is 90. Now what can you say about y? Y is the exterior angle and these are the opposite interior angles. So y equals sum of opposite interior angles, 90 and 65. 155 degrees. So 2 marks for that. Question number 10. Solve. So we need to keep x term in one side. So we'll take 1 to the other side. That means you subtract 1 from both sides. So you can write this is 3 minus 1. You don't need to write minus 1 both sides. So straight away we can write the other side. So 4 by x is 3 minus 1 is 2. Now you need to take x to the numerator. This is in the denominator. So what you do? You can cross multiply and switch. So 4 times 1, 4, 2 times x, 2x. Now you can divide by 2 to get x value. 4 divided by 2 is 2. X is equal to 2. So 2 marks for that. Question number 11. The distance time graph shown in the figure represents the motion of a motor vehicle which is traveling at a uniform speed in an expressway. Find the speed of it. So how you find out the speed? You need 2 points. So we'll take this point and this point. So when you draw the triangle, you need the distance traveled here to here. That's 750 minus 300. So what is the time? 15 minus 0. So speed is distance over time. So can you remember this? Distance over speed is time. Distance over time is speed. Speed into time is equal to distance. So distance is 750 minus 300. Time is 15 seconds minus 0. So you get 450 divided by 15. That's 30 meters. Meters is the distance and the time is seconds. So per second. This is how you write meters per second. 30 meters per second. So 2 marks for that. Question number 12. O is the center of the given circle. Find the value of x. So this is, we'll put O, not Q. This is O. That's the center. What can you say about this angle and this angle? When you take AC arc, this is the angle subtended on the circumference and this is the angle subtended on the center. So what is this angle? Double of this. So 2 times 42, you get 84 degrees. If that is 84, what's the value of x? X is equal to 180 minus 84 because that's a straight angle. 6 plus 4, 10. Here 9 and 9. So 96 degrees is the x value. So 2 marks for that. Question number 13. Shade the region A dash intersection B in the given Venn diagram. So we'll mark A, B, C. It's easy for you to write letters like this. And C. What's A dash? Outside A. That's A and B. What's B? B means the full circle. B and C. Now we need intersection. That means common term for both. What's the common one for both? That's B. So B is the part we need to shade. So that's this is the region we need. A dash intersection B. So 2 marks for that. Question number 14. Fill in the blanks using suitable words. When 2 sides are equal in a triangle, you have to fill the dash to the equal sides are equal. So these are, if these two lengths are equal, isosceles triangle, opposite angles also equal. So opposite angles, so we have to write the opposite angles to the equal sides are equal. Then the next one, you have to fill the blank of a parallelogram is bisected by its diagonal. So the area is bisected by the diagonal. So we have to fill with the word area. The area of a parallelogram is bisected by its diagonal. So 2 marks for that. 1 mark for this blank and 1 mark for this. Question number 15. If LG is 50, LG 52.4 is 1.7193. You are asked to find 5.24 as a power of 10. So how can you write this one as a power of 10? 52.4 you can write 10 to the power 1.7193. Now here, how you get from here to here? You have to divide by 10. So when you divide this by 10, both sides, so that means power 1, you need to subtract. So what's the value you get? So this becomes 5.24, this becomes 1 and 1, 0. So 10 to the power 0.7193. 1 get cancelled out. So that's the answer. 2 marks. According to the information given in the sketch, explain using relevant angle and distance how a person who is at the top of a lighthouse P observes a boat B. From here, how you explain this position? So here what we can do, when you draw a horizontal line, we know that if this is 60, this is 30 degrees, because this is perpendicular line. So this is 30. So we can say here, looking down, angle of depression is 30, and from the foot of the lighthouse, the distance is 40 meters. So you have to mention the distance as well as the angle. So we can write angle of depression is 30 degrees. Angle of depression is 30 degrees and meters from the foot of the lighthouse. So you have to give the distance as well as the angle. So angle of depression is 30 degrees and 40 meters from the foot of the lighthouse. So that's from P to P. We can write B observes with angle of depression is 30 degrees and 40 meters from the foot of the lighthouse from P. So 2 marks for that. 1 mark for angle and 1 mark for distance. Question number 17. It is needed to dig a well inside ABCD. Rectangular shaped land. Equidistance to AB and AD boundaries. AB and AD boundaries and 8 meters away from AB boundary. An incomplete sketch drawn to find the location of the well is given below. Complete the diagram with relevant construction lines. So what are the main loci points you need to know? 4 things you need to know. Equidistance from a point is a circle. Equidistance from 2 points, that's a perpendicular bisector. And equidistance from 2 lines, that's the angle bisector. And equidistance from a line is 2 parallel lines. So those are the 4 things. So which one we use? We use this one, angle bisector, because equidistance to AD and AB. So angle bisector comes. And 8 meters away from AB line, that's this one, parallel line. So what you have to do? 8 meters, so somewhere here. So you draw a line parallel to this line, but 8 meters away. This is 8 meters and this is the angle bisector. So already drawn the angle bisector. So the intersecting point is the place where you need to dig the well. So that's the place. So you are getting 2 marks showing that. The parallel line, that's 1 mark, and showing the correct position of the well, you get 1 mark. 2 marks for that. Question number 18. If A equals 2 and minus 1 and B is this, find AB. So matrices, how can we multiply? First check the size. This is 1 by 2. B, 2 by 2. So we can multiply. If the same number of columns in the first one is equal to the same number of rows in the second one, you can multiply and the resulting matrix is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means one row with 2 values. So how you multiply? So first row with first column. 2 times 0, 0. Minus 1 into 1, minus 1. So you get minus 1 there. Next one, first row with second column. 2 times 1, 2. Minus 1 with 0, 0. So 2 times 1, 2. So minus 1 and 2. So you get 2 marks for that. Question number 19. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. According to the given information, find the value of x. X is here. If this is x, this is the exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. This is also x. That's the theorem. Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. Now these two lines are parallel, so we can find out from that x plus 80 should be equal to 180. Allied angles add up to 180. So x becomes 180 minus 80, 100 degrees. 2 marks. Question number 20. Sample space of tossing a coin and rolling a die at the same time is shown in the grid. Represent the event obtaining a prime number in the die on the grid and write the probability of it. Prime numbers 2, 3, 5. So possibilities are this, these 4 years, but you can't take this one 4, but 5 possible. So you can mark the possibility space like this. And what's the probability? Altogether, how many outcomes? 6 times 2, 12. 12 outcomes are there. And how many prime numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 prime numbers are there. 6 over 12 or half. 2, 3, 5. So half is the probability. So you are getting 2 marks. 1 mark for the probability and 1 mark for showing the appropriate grid. Marking the space, that's 2 marks. Question number 21. In the geometric progression with the first term 16. First term, we'll mark it as that's 16. And the common ratio R equals 2. Write the sixth term as a power of 2. T6 we need to find. This is geometric. So what's the nth term formula? Tn equals AR to the power n minus 1. Now we need T6, that means n is 6. A is 16, R is 2, 6 minus 1, that's 5. You need to write in terms of power 2. So 16 is what? 2 to the power 4. If you can't remember, then just quickly divide and see how many 2's are there. 4's, 2 4's and 2 5's. Now index laws. Same base, different powers, you add the powers. 4 plus 5, that's 9. So answer is 2 to the power 9. 2 marks. Question number 22. Write the largest integer which satisfies the inequality 1 plus 2x less than or equal to 0. Take 1 to the other side. That becomes minus 1. Divide by 2. You get minus half. X is less than minus half. When you draw the number line, 0, 1, minus 1. Minus half is here. That's equal as well. Less means this way. So what is the largest integer? value you get. Integer means it can be positive or negative. So largest integer is minus 1. That's the largest integer. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for the inequality and 1 mark for identifying the largest integer value. Question number 23. In the given frequency distribution, draw a circle around the first quartile and draw a rectangle around the third quartile. So how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we add 1 and divide by 4 to get the first quartile. 12 divided by 4, that means the third one is the first quartile. 1, 2, 3. So you need to circle that. That's the first quartile. Q1. How you find out the third quartile? 11 plus 1 divided by 4 multiplied by 3. So you get 3 times 3, 9th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here we'll put a rectangle there. So that's third quartile, Q3. So 2 marks, 1 mark for finding the first quartile, 1 mark for third quartile. Question number 24. Find the gradient of the straight line given in the Cartesian plane. How you find out the gradient? You can take any 2 readable points. I'll take this one and this one. Some can take this one. Any point, any 2 points. So what's this one? 2, 0. This one, 4, 4. So how you find out the gradient? Gradient is equal to difference between y coordinates. I'll take 4 minus 0. Difference between x coordinates. So you took 4, 4 first. So for the other one also you have to take 4 first. 4 minus 2. So 4 divided by 2, you get 2. Or you can take other way around. You get the same answer if you take this one first. 0 minus 4 over 2 minus 4, minus 4 and minus 2. Minus minus, you get plus. So you get same answer with any point first. So 2 marks. Question number 25. Using the information given in the figure, find PQ length. That's a straightforward question. Like, can you see? This is a parallelogram. And this is also a parallelogram. We know opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So if this is 10, this is 10. To this parallelogram, if this is 10, this is also 10. So what's the PQ length? 10 centimeters. So straight away you can get the answer. PQ equals 10 centimeters. 2 marks. So this is the last question in part A. Now we'll look at part B. This is part B, question number 1. So you get 4 parts. So spaces are given. So you can write the answers here. But I'll do separately. So take the first part. Mr. Perera decided to give 1/3 of his land to his wife and divide the remaining equally among his 3 children. But before that, he had to sell 1/10 of the land due to financial issue. The remaining amount is divided according to his previous decision. What fraction of the land is remaining after selling 1/10 of the land? So 1 minus 1/10. So 1 you can write 10/10 minus 1/10 is 9/10. So that's the remaining part. What fraction of the whole land is given to his wife? From this, 1/3. So 1/3 of 9/10. 3 times 1, 3 times 3, 3 over 10. 3/10 given to his wife. So basically, if you draw a rough sketch like this, think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Think about divided into 10 parts. And here, according to this one, 1/10 already given, sold it. And then 3/10 given to his wife. So that means 3 parts given to his wife. And then only he equally divide this into 3 parts for 3 children. So something like this. So when you divide by 3, here you get 2 parts each. This becomes 1 child and this becomes another child and this one. So that's what you get. Okay, so we'll do the calculation. So that's basically the theory. So here 1/10 part already sold it, and then the remaining 3/10 for his wife. Now the next part, it says what fraction of the whole land was remade for 3 children. So here 1/10 gone, 3/10. So out of 9 over 10 parts, 3/10 given to his wife. So what's the remaining part? 6 over 10 parts remaining. Or you can write this is 3 over 5. Then the quantity of land received by child was 40 perches less than the quantity that the father decided to give initially. What is the total quantity of land Mr. Perera had initially? So the difference between the two things is 40 perches. So now we have to find out. If he gives 1/3 to his wife and the remaining part equally divided, what's the part one child gets? So the land is now, if we take the land is this, 1/3 given to that. So the remaining part. So what is the remaining part? 1 minus 1 over 3. So 1 minus 1 over 3 is the remaining part. So that means 3 over 3 minus 1 over 3, 2/3. But this is for 3 children. So 1 child gets, you have to divide by 3. So divide by 3, that means multiply by 1/3. That's child's part. That means 2 over 9. So that was before. But now, what's the part one child gets? 3/5 divided by 3. So that's 1/5. So now, child's part, 3/5 is remained. You have to divide by 3. So that means multiply by 1. That means 1 over 5. Now the difference between these two is equal to 40 perches. So 2 over 9 minus 1 over 5. Lowest common multiple is 45. So you have to multiply this by 10. Here 5. 5 times 2, 10. This one 9 times 1, 9. So 1 over 45 parts is the difference between the initial part and now one child gets. So that means 1 over 45 parts is 40 perches. Now they are asking, what is the total quantity of land Mr. Perera had initially? So that means you have to multiply by 45 parts. So altogether, total land is equal to 40 into 45 purchases. 0, 4 times 5, 20, 4 times 4, 16, plus 2, 18. 1,800 purchase. That's the total land. So now we'll see how you get marks. Do we have another question? No. So we'll see how you get marks. According to the marking scheme, you get 9 over 10 first, that's just 1 mark. And 3 over 10, 2 marks. 2, 3. And then 3 over 5, 2 marks, that's 5. And 5 marks for finding the final answer, 1,800. So we'll give marks for each step. This one, 1 mark, 2 over 9, and 1 over 5, 1 mark. And taking the difference, 1 mark. And 1 mark for this, finding this one, 1 over 45. And then last answer, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5, 10 marks for this question. Now let's take the second question. That's about area. So again, 4 parts are there. So we'll do separately. Figure shows ABCD rectangular shaped garden with the sector shaped pond where the angle of the sector at the center 45 degrees. Find PQ arc length. So PQ arc length. So this is a sector with angle 45. So what's the arc length? Angle divided by 360 into 2 pi r. 2 into pi, 22 over 7. What's the radius? 14 meters. 7 times 2. Here 45 times 8. 360. 2 and 2, 4. This is 2. 4 times 2, 8. 2 with 22, that's 11. 11 meters is the arc length PQ. Find the area of the pond PQC. Again, this is a sector. 45 over 316 to pi r squared. Pi is 22 over 7. R is 14. 14 into 14. Now try to simplify. This is 8. 7 times 2. Here 2 and this 2 and another 2. You can cross out with this 8. So 11 times 7, 77 square meters is the area of the sector. So how many marks for these 2 steps? So you get 2 marks for this answer. 77, just 3 marks. So 5 marks altogether for these 2 steps. Part 3. If the area of the remaining portion of the land is 43 times larger than the area of the pond, show that the length of the rectangle is 7 times of its breadth. So if this is 77, this becomes 43 times. So what's the area of the rectangle then? 77 times 44 times. Because this is 77 times 43 and this is 77 times 1. Altogether, area of the rectangle is 77 times 44. That's equal to length into breadth. Breadth is given 22. we need to find out the length. So how you find out length? 77 times 44 divide by 22. You get 2. 2 times 7, 14 and 15 here. 154 meters is the length of the rectangle. Find the perimeter of the remaining portion of land except the pond. Now they want the perimeter. So perimeter means we are adding all outer lengths. So first we'll draw this. You need this length. This one, here, and then the arc length. Now, what are the values? So, AD and BC, that's 22. So, 22 times 2. This is 154. Here, this and this is also 14. Again, that's 154. So, 154 times 2. And then you get this arc length. Can you remember the arc length? We did that before. 11 meters. So, you add 11 there. What's the answer? 44. This is 2 times 4, 8. And 308. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 4, 5, 8 plus 5, 13. 1 remaining. 5 and 1, 6. And 3. 363 meters is the perimeter of this shape, except the pond. So, how many marks for these two steps? According to the marking scheme, you get this one 2 marks. And we didn't find out the last part. So, we found out the length. What's the part we missed out? Show that the length of the rectangle is 7 times of its breadth. So, when you divide the length by breadth, you need to get 7. So, let's do that. We found 154 is the length, breadth is 22. So, divide 11 times 2, 11 times 1, 11 and 44, 4. 14 times 2, 7. So, 7 times bigger than the breadth. Length is 7 times bigger. So, we have to show length over breadth is 7. So, you get 1 mark for that as well. So, we'll see 2 marks here and 1 mark for showing that it's 7. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. Earlier we gave 5 marks and this 5, 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 3. You get 2 parts, part A and B. So, we'll do it separately. Part A, a table with information on how the income taxes are calculated, which was implemented in 2013 is given below. So, first 500,000, its tax is free. And the next 500,000, 4%, 8%, 12%. Normally, multiples of 4. Annual income of 4 companies A, B, C, D are given below. According to the given information, select and write all the companies in which the government can impose tax. So, that means it should be more than 500,000 rupees annually. So, A is more than 500,000, so needs to pay tax. But C, it's less than. But B also you need to pay because this is more than 500,000 rupees and this is definitely needs to pay, that's more than 500,000 rupees. So A, B, D, except C. So how many marks for that step? Just 1 mark. Next one, calculate the income tax company D has to pay. D is 1,500,000 rupees. So we have to find out how many 500,000s are there. So 1, 500,000. First 500,000 free. So that's 500,000 is there. Then for the next 500,000, that's 4%. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. 4 times 5, 20, 1, 2, 3. So 20,000 rupees. 1, 2, 3 and 5 times 4, 20,000 rupees. That's second 500,000 rupees. So now 100,000 altogether. The next 500,000, that's 8%. ₹40,000. Then this is 500,000 rupees. So now altogether how many? 1,500,000 rupees. So that's how you can find the tax value. So first 500,000 free, this is free, this is 4%, this is 8% value. So the total tax, 20,000 plus 40,000, 60,000 rupees. So total 60,000 rupees. So how many marks for that? 3 marks you are getting. So 3 marks for this step. Next part. Company E pays 96,000 as annual income tax. Calculate the annual income of E. So we need to find out what are the breakdowns. Now we found out first 500,000, 20,000, second 500,000, 40,000. So altogether 60,000. So this is more than 60,000 means the third part also we have to calculate. So the remaining part we'll calculate for the third step. Remaining amount. 96,000 minus 60,000 rupees. 36,000 again you get for the third part. So that's 12% tax. So next 500,000, 12% tax. So you can find out 12% tax. 12% value is 36,000 rupees. So what's the income from this part? So that means you have to divide by 12 and multiply by 100 because 12 parts of 100 is this much. So amount is equal to 36,000 rupees divided by 12 and multiply by 100. 3 with 5 zeros. 300,000 rupees is the amount there. So what is the income of E? Income is first 500,000, second 500,000, third 500,000, Altogether 1,500,000 rupees. We did that before. And for this part, that's 300,000 rupees. Altogether 1,800,000 rupees. So that's the total income of E. So how many marks? 1,800,000. 4 marks you can get for this part. How you get marks? 1 mark for finding the subtraction and 1 mark for finding this 300,000 rupees and 1 mark for just do addition and 1 mark for the final answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 marks for this. Let's do the last part. Part B. The import value of a refrigerator is 60,000 rupees. If the percentage of duty charged for it is 20%, what is the value of the refrigerator after paying the duty? So if it's 100, you have to pay 120 rupees. So if this is 60,000, you can easily multiply by 120 over 100. So that's the final value. You can do finding the percentage and add it to the initial value, or straight away. You are asked to find out the value after paying the duty. So straight away this. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 0 and 2 zeros. 6 times 12. 72. So the answer is 72,000 rupees. So how many marks for that? 2 marks. So let's see whether you get all marks. This one we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for this question. Question number 4. Shamin and Suresh bought some books from certain book exhibition. So this is about probability. So we'll do separately. This is part 2. So we have to do it here. Shamin and Suresh bought some books from a certain book exhibition. Novels and science fictions. Shamin borrowed a randomly selected book from Suresh and put it into his pile of books which he bought and randomly select a book to read from it. According to the above event, complete the tree diagram with relevant probabilities. Book borrowed from the Suresh and book selected to read. Here Suresh, if Suresh gives a novel to Shamin, Shamin has one more novel. So we have to be careful with the probabilities. So we'll first take Suresh. Suresh has 2 novels out of 5. And how many science frictions? 3 out of 5. So that's the initial value. Now, if Suresh gives a novel to Shamin, how many novels are there? Then 4 novels are there and 1 science fiction. So what is the probability of getting a novel? 4 out of 5. How many science fictions are there? 1 out of 5. Now think about this part. If Suresh has given a science fiction, so science frictions becomes 2 now and the other one 3. So what is the probability of getting a novel? 3 over 5. What is the probability of getting a science fiction? 2 over 5. find the probability that Shamin reads the same type of book which is borrowed from Suresh. So that means novel and novel, or science fiction and science fiction. So you have to consider both parts. So if it's a novel, that's 2 over 5, and a novel again 4 over 5. Same book, same type of book, plus. Or then you have to select reading and getting a science fiction from Suresh. 3 over 5 and 2 over 5. Now simplify. 4 times 2, 8. 8 over 25. And here 3 times 2, 6 over 25. 14 over 25 is the probability. So how many marks for this part? This is part A. 3 marks for writing the probabilities correctly, and you get 3 marks for that. And what about the next part? So finding 14 over 25, that's also 3 marks. So 3 and 3, 6 marks for these 2 steps. Now we'll do next one. Part B. There are 3 blue pens and 2 black pens in Netmi's pencil box. She randomly selects a pen from it and gave it to Aruni to write notes. Then she randomly selects another pen for herself. Represent the sample space of selecting a pen in the given grid using X. Blue pens are marked in N1, N2, N3, and black pens are marked K1, K2. Circle the event both of them are using same color of pens in the given grid and write the relevant probability. So here, if Netmi gives N1 to Aruni, Netmi can't write with that pen. So you can't take the same outcome. So but N1 with N2 possible, N3, K1, K2 possible. If it's N2, N2 again not possible because giving to the other person. If it's N3, N3 not possible. All the other possibilities are there. If it's K1, again K1 is not possible. If it's K2, K2 is not possible. So altogether how many outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and 10, 20 outcomes are there. NS. Now here it says both of them are using same color of pens. So we'll see what's the part we need. N1 same color. So this is possible. N3, N2. This is possible. This part is possible. And if it's K1, K2, this part. K1, K2, this one. So that's the part we need to take. So what's the probability? Out of 20, getting same color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 over 20 outcomes are there. So you can simplify 4 times 2, 4 times 5. 2 over 5 also possible. Now let's see how many marks for this one. So you get this one. So 2 marks for marking this. And 8 over 20 or 2 over 5, 2 marks. So earlier we gave 6 marks and this 4, altogether 10 marks. Let's do the last question. An incomplete frequency distribution and a histogram prepared from the data collected by measuring the heights of members in a sports club is given below. The 140 to 145 class interval represent the data greater than or equal to 140 and less than 145. So these values are not equal, but this side equal. Using the given information, complete the frequency distribution and the histogram. So we have to first look at this one and fill these two gaps. 140 to 145. That's 4. Now we'll see the class sizes. So these are boundaries. There's no gap in between. So boundaries, just take the difference. So this is 5. This one, 45 to 55, that's 10. Here 55 to 60, that's 5. 60 to 75, that's 15. And here 75 to 85, that's 10. So that means when you take the common factor 5, divide and see, this is 1, this one 2, 1, 3, 2. So first bar you can read as it is, that's 4. So number of members, that's 4 there. But the second bar, it's 2 there. So 2 means, so you have to divide this into equal parts. So here when you divide that, it says, when you read it, this is 5. In the midpoint of 4 and 6, that's 5 here. So 5 and 5, because here to here 5 and 5, that's 10. Then the next one, 12. 12 is there, but when we want to draw this one, this is 1. So that means we can draw the bar as it is. So we can extend this to 12. So that's 12. That's okay, 155 to 160. But the next one, 3 bars are there. Here 3 is there, 160 to 175. So what's the value? 12. So the actual value becomes 12 divided by 3. Now this one 12 is okay, 18. Next one divide by 3. That's actually 6. What about the other one? 2 is there. So 6 divided by 2. That's 3. Here 10 divided by 2 again. Here that's why that's 5 here. The height is 5. So now we can draw. The next one is 6. 160 to 75. So 6 is the value. So somewhere here. Here to here. 175. Now 175 to 185 again. That's 2 bars are there. That's 3. So in between this one. So we'll separate these bars. It's easy when you separate it to equal widths. So this is the frequency distribution and the histogram. How many members are shorter than 160 centimeters? So 160 here, less than that. So this is 12, 5, 5, 4. So we can just add it. 12, 5, 5, 4. 10, 22, 22 plus 4, 26. 26 members are there. That's shorter than 160 centimeters. Using the histogram, draw the frequency polygon. How we draw the frequency polygon? We have to mark the midpoints. So mark the midpoints of each equal bars. And then what you do? You have to mark the value before 140, that means 135. And after, that's 190. This one is not starting from 0, so we'll put a line like this, mentioning that it's not starting from 0. Now you can draw the frequency polygon. Connect all the midpoints. And then we'll complete the full polygon. We'll draw this line also, so you get the full graph. Frequency polygon. Now we'll see how many marks for each step. So you get 4, 10, just 2 marks. Finding the members, 2 marks. And 1 mark for 26. And 3 marks for the frequency polygon, and you are getting 4 marks for the histogram. 4 marks for the histogram. So 4, 2, 6, 3, 9 plus 1, 10 marks for the whole question. So you get 10 marks for the whole question. So this is the last question in paper 1. So we did 25 short questions and then 5 long questions.